new social media platform, truthbook.social, built by the people, for the people, a force for good. Powered by the Australian National Review, non-for-profit news media company, built by the people, for the people as well. And also, the platform will be known as ANR Social. Censor-free and blockchain protected, it combines the best of YouTube features for uploading videos, Telegram and Facebook. To combat the censoring and banning of those who speak the truth, and those who are seeking the truth, truthbook.social will be everything Facebook isn't. Now is the time in human history where the resistance fights back against global tyranny and the globalists and their Great Reset totalitarian agenda. Truthbook.social and ANRsocial.com support the Great Awakening, or as we call it, the Greater Reset. It is supported by the resistance cryptocurrencies,
news, current affairs, facts and opinion, their future in our hands. Markets, globalist technocrats versus the people. A line in the sand. The McIntyre Report.
Welcome back, folks. Jamie McIntyre here for the McIntyre Report. We've been talking about, obviously, the proposed unprovoked invasion of Russia, but of course we know the truth. It was provoked. And they don't see it as an invasion. They see it as a special military operation that's now turned into a part mobilization. Is the world headed towards World War III? Well, the elites, the oligarchs that control the West, and us puppet nations such as Australia, which is a lapdog for US foreign policy, and the US foreign policy isn't controlled by Biden, the same Biden that can't even read the speech that the puppet masters give him. So who are these puppet masters? The question that you and everyone should be asking and digging deep. We know George Soros, a billionaire, is one of them and has been rigging elections and wants to see the destruction of America. We've highlighted the Rand Report documents in previous episodes. You can go and watch the McIntyre Report. You can watch the McIntyre Report, all the episodes. We're back on YouTube, by the way. Of course, you can go to our censor-free social media platforms such as truthbook.social and also our own YouTube alternative that we work with. That's truthtube.video. But also you'll see here all these videos. So we talk about these previous episodes. You can go and watch them for free on YouTube. Or, of course, simply go to the Australian National Review. That's anrnews.com, and you can see that. But it's an educational process, I know, for many people to be up to speed. They take their snippets from mainstream media and think Putin is bad, Ukraine is good. I'll stand with Ukraine because then they'll make me I'll be loved and validated by the herd community. That's how they did it, and I don't want to be seen to not be complying, or my friends might be ill-informed friends out there that might have it go at me. I don't stand with Ukraine and take my 58 booster. Because why? Because I'm a robot and follow what the idiot box tells me, and I can't think for myself. Unfortunately, that's the status of many people like that. Very embarrassing how many people fell for the COVID fraud, how many people fall for the fraud around the Russia-Ukraine conflict and believe it's an unprovoked invasion by Russia and Putin is bad. It's not about being pro-Putin. We're about pro-truth. And if Putin was doing things that we didn't think was correct, we would speak out about that. We are pro-truth. In this case, we support Russia in its endeavor to end this war, and we oppose the West, the oligarchs, the criminals, the billionaire elites that are behind the Great Reset, including Klaus Schwab, the head of the World Economic Forum, including Bill Gates, and other nutcase billionaires that have more money than brains, these morons, psychopaths, kitty fiddlers, satanic worshippers, whatever you want to refer to them to, but clearly brain-dead morons that think you should own nothing and be happy. Why, they own absolutely everything, and I promise you they won't be sad. They'll be flying in their private jets, and why you're not allowed to fly in lockdown because jets or commercial airlines are dangerous for the environment, but they'll be flying around eating premium beef and caviar while you're chomping away on your little insects and bugs they expect you to work. They also think, by the way, the World Economic Forum says beings who will comply with the lockdown restrictions will also comply with the social credit system that they had planned for some time, universal basic income. So how they plan to introduce this, folks, is bank collapses, bank runs will happen. They're already happening in Lebanon. Some people have to hold up a bank to get their own money out. In China, the bank runs have started. They've locked down 300 million people to try and stop it under the guise of COVID. And that's what they do. Your digital passport app, will change from green to red, so you can't leave your apartment because you might have been going to go to the bank and get your money out because you're afraid it might not be there if you don't. Bank runs will see the collapse of the already broken financial system, the Rothschilds central banking Federal Reserve scam system of fiat currency, which is about to collapse. How soon, we don't know, but I would suggest in the next 8 weeks, a lot of things are going to happen. This is now third week of, 22nd of September. The next 6 to 8 weeks is probably the most crucial time in Western civilization. Some people are blasé and think COVID's over because Biden said it was. But is it? The falsified pandemics won't start. But so we had a falsified COVID fraud. We have a falsified climate crisis that we've got to lock us down and eat bugs and insects and stop eating meat and all this nonsense over the climate crisis we covered in yesterday's episode. Latest studies show there is no evidence there is a climate crisis. Doesn't mean that we can't improve the climate or not improve the environment. There's a difference between environmental issues that we face and a climate crisis that we need to end Western civilization or we're going to die. No, the overfishing of the oceans we talked about. Sea Conspiracy is a great documentary on that. The pollution of our waterways, the excess, clearing of land, etc. Things that can be dealt with aren't being dealt with because there's scam artists on this planet, very rich ones that want to take your taxpayers' money and lock you down into the Great Reset. And we've talked about many of these topics, but the next 8 weeks, why is the next 8 weeks crucial? Because leading up to US midterm elections, the deep state control the Democrats. The Democrats, clearly Biden's a puppet, you know that. And if they lose control of the Congress, which they're likely to, unless they create a potential World War III event, they can issue martial law, lockdowns, or they could do a false flag attack where the deep state could do a September 11th where the deep state appears were involved. They have no issue with killing American citizens to achieve their agendas. And a deep state attack, possibly on an American city, New York would probably be the prime target, a mini nuke or some missile attack or something that would mean the introduction of martial law to frame and blame Russia and to attack so NATO and the West to get the West to support, yes, it was Russia who did this, let's invade Russia and kill Putin and destroy Russia. That's what they're going to plan, folks, whether they'll get away with it or not, but the cabal is falling. The cabal is these globalist billionaire elites that think you should own nothing and be completely happy eating bugs and insects, which once we thought was just a conspiracy, but we've seen in the last 2.5 years, most of the conspiracy theories have come true. So clearly they weren't conspiracy theories, that perhaps what you're being fed on the idiot box is a conspiracy theory, that COVID was the biggest, baddest pandemic since the Spanish flu. That was a conspiracy, that you need to take a safe, effective, and necessary vaccine that's never been properly tested. That was a conspiracy theory. That Russia invaded Ukraine, an unprovoked invasion, and Putin's bad. That's a conspiracy theory. Stop buying conspiracy theories. I say they're dangerous. Misinformation. All spread, where's it come from? From the mainstream media that the oligarchs control or will own. Doesn't come from independent media. We rebut the conspiracy theories. We look for facts. We do our research. And the research is hard to disagree with. Even we want to look at the vaccines. Paul All-for-Profit, or Paul Offit, this is this gentleman here. Paul Offit, one of the world's top experts on vaccines, isn't taking any more COVID vaccines. Now, we joke we call him All-for-Profit because he hates anti-vaxxers, and we even know he's now becoming one because he refuses to take the next any more doses of the vaccine until he sees more data. He is becoming vaccine hesitant. Oh no, Paul All-for-Profit. Now, Paul All-for-Profit, or Paul Offit, one of the greatest ambassadors for vaccines and profiteering from vaccines, is now becoming anti-vax on the COVID. Why would you take a vaccine? Of course you're not. Many of you, most of our viewers, didn't take a vaccine and don't intend taking a vaccine, but some of you,